What do you call it? The type. I'm not sure what it was given to us. Definitely doesn't like putting out tomatoes. Then we've got some dill over here coming up. Got basil over here looking great. That was transplanted in along with the tomato. Then we've got some carrots, baby carrots over there. Some more dill over there that came up. Sweet potatoes looking crazy. And look at our monstera. How far down it has dropped. And the reason it dropped like that is because one of our ropes broke yesterday or last night sometime. See that rope we got hanging there? We had another one tied right here, pulled back that way, pulling it up, and it broke. So we're going to have to go back there and fix that, pull it back up, because this is unsustainable here. It is just, this is a new lead. That's going to be a monster. Look at this thing. It's getting way out of hand. I mean, look, it fell down and touching these plants over here. So we definitely got to get back there and yank it back with rope. We'll do that later. These plants over here are looking good. We did give a little morning dew this morning. That's why they're looking a little wet, droopy. Looking like we're going to get rid of this one. See the difference. Both the same cultivar, just this one here is not doing what we want it to do, staying short, stocky, and that is not what we want in here. Short and stocky plants do not do well in here. We need aeration. I like those plants to get up nice and big, stretch out, and that one there is definitely doing, it's going to be a big one. You already can tell it's going to be a big one. It's going to stretch out nice. That is the Raspberry. This is a Raspberry. So that one over there is the same as these four here. You can see the short, stocky ones we're going to get rid of. This one here we're probably going to get rid of. They're just the two short, stocky ones. We want the long ones that are going to give us those good branching. You know, those good branches. That's what I'm looking for. It looks like our Empress tree, their leaf is going to be impeding on our light. So, there we go. What we do is chop her up a little bit, don't need much. Throw her down there on the soil. All we gotta do. Critters take care of the rest. These are the paradise pines. This one here is insanely funky. It has such a strong odor to it. Just a strong, piney, funky, I don't know, it's all over the place. A little bit of rubbery baby shit. This one over here, I'm already funked out, but same, not quite as funky as this one though. Let's see here, this is our, see we hung this 5 days, about a week. Not too bad. You know, a few little gnats on there. But not too bad. This bush here, I was talking to Mo last night on this bush, and this area number 2 is not looking very good under the scope. Plants look pretty good. You know, we're probably going to get rid of this one. This one's taking a little bit of bug damage. Same as that one over there. I don't see any bugs. I think they're just maybe where the isopod comes up, launches a little bit, the green, because they have completely eaten all the green. We come in here and chop and drop just about every day, if not every other day. And they eat this stuff up. You see the grass looking great, but when you look at this area over here, I pulled from right there, this was not looking good. And the bush, see, not doing good since I trimmed it all back. What I'm thinking is I'm going to do a reset on, I'm just going to chop this, not take it out, but you know how bushes are, you can chop them down to the very bottom and they'll just grow back. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I think it's time for a reset on the bush. Just come through and take it out of here, allow for more airflow. This jasmine here is just, again, going crazy. This here needs to trim. The lucky bamboo is probably going to need to be propped up. You know, everything just gets going to get out of hand. Look at the dolphin. It's just going to get crazy. See where I ran scissors down through there. I've been doing that, but then I have to just keep topping this thing, and then I have to go around that side and get to that. This lucky bamboo is getting crazy too, but unlike this one here, it's almost to the light. We'll use this cover for me to chop it up a lot. Just let the isopods do that for me. I hope everybody checked out our show last night. Soil Discoveries, me and Mo. What do y'all think about changing the name of the show to the Me and Mo Show? Or something to that effect. I haven't even mentioned this to Mo. I was going to mention it to you guys first. And I know Mo probably watches this. What do you think? I want to hear the comments. I want to know if you like Soul Discoveries, or should it be just like the Me and Mo Show? Which one do you think would market better? As far as the content of the show, you know, it's been around for what? We've done 8 shows, 9 shows now. Everybody's liking the show. I just, you know, in my head, I'm just like, the Me and Mo Show sounds really catchy. Sounds like you could market it like, you know, have better advertising on YouTube with the videos and stuff. So, I don't know, just a thought. What do you guys think? Let's not forget about Grandmaster LEDs, discount code Yellow Skunk, APSU Super Soul. You see the results so far. We're only on day 24. Look at those plants. I mean, you can't deny that. They are just everything. You can really see the difference in color too. I mean, look at this dark, rich green here, and you come over here and it's more of a lime green. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this looks good. But then you pan over here, and the richness of the darkness is just, you can see it. And that's to be expected. This has been run through 6 times. It's probably definitely never run a soil test of All we've been doing is looking at it under the microscope, seeing what critters are down there, and if the critters are down there releasing the nutrients, we should have full available nutrition. But we may be low in something, maybe low in nitrogen. We may need more, a little bit, add more little fish amino acid. Let's see if that greens things up a little bit. Like this over here just needs straight water. Nothing but water over here. And let me tell you, it is coming along with these things. I've been waiting to see if these things would get eaten. And they haven't. They're staying strong. It's laying in the water. Like usually if you lay in the water, the leaves will get eaten by the bacteria and the biology in the creek. So far, and this one's been here a while. I was expecting to see damage, but no damage. It's great growth on the branching. I have put a few leaves out of here just to thin it out a little bit, like this one here. The inside one on this branch right there, I'm just going to pull down and up. That's just going to open up that just a little bit. Sometimes I'll pull fingers too. I'm famous for doing the fingers. Not doing that on these yet, but they will need to be thinned out. And what I mean by fingers, I'll just come in here and remove the finger like this right here. Boom. And that's going to open up that light passage. That's it. So this over here too. I'll do one on each side. That will open up that light hole there. And these branches come on up. It smells delicious. But we don't know if these are male or female yet, so don't get excited. It could be a male and it could be coming out of here. So that's usually my experience. The biggest and the best one usually is a freaking male. But we shall see. We shall see. Hopefully we'll see anyway. We'll see definitely when we get the flower. I sent my, so if you've been following, I sent the test off, but my buddy's having trouble. His machine broke, of course. We had trouble getting it there, and then as soon as we got it there, the machine broke. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. So hopefully he'll get it fixed and we'll get our results. This thing, this touch did not make it. So we did get a root in the creek when I put it down in the soil. We weren't expecting anything from that though. Let's just give it to the soil gods here. You're good to go. So we need to fix our monstera back there. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great Friday. We will not be around today, so I won't be going live, but hopefully we will be tomorrow. We'll be in here a lot.
Hey, what's good, everybody? We got an absolute banger for you today, so you want to definitely make it all the way to the end. These mysterious videos, don't believe everything you hear and see on this video. It is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research on everything. They are just theories, not facts. With that being said, you already know the vibes. Let's dive in.
What I learned was pretty frightening. Every one of those animals and every one of the people who died of natural causes died of a nutritional deficiency disease. A human being has the genetic capacity, the capability of living healthily to be 120 to 140, and I'm going to prove that to you in a second.
This doctor who studied human longevity seems to think that we can live a lot longer than what we've been told, and he has the proof to back it up.
Grew up on a farm, a beef farm in Missouri, about 80 miles west of St. Louis. And like everybody else that raises livestock, we raise a lot of our own feed, corn and soybeans and hay. We grind this up into a flour, and we add vitamins and minerals and trace minerals to this. We'd make pellets or cake out of it and feed those calves for about 6 to 9 months before we'd ship them off. The thing that fascinated me as a teenager was the fact that we ate out of those very same fields. We had a garden at the end of the field where we grew peas and beans and squash and peppers and whatnot. We wanted to live to be 100 with no aches and pains, and we didn't do the same thing for ourselves that we did for those calves. As a teenager, this was really fascinating for me. I always used to ask my dad, I'd say, hey, Pops, how come we go to all that trouble for those calves? We grind up their feed, add vitamins and minerals and trace minerals, and feed them for 6 to 9 months, knock them in the head and eat them. And we out of those very same fields don't do that for ourselves. Of course, being a Missouri farmer, he'd give me a lot of Missouri farm wisdom. He'd say things like, shut up, boy. Don't ask complicated questions. So I was glad when I got rid of that farm exercise and went to the University of Missouri and got into ag school. My major was in animal husbandry and nutrition. My minor was in field crops and soils. And veterinary student, what I learned was the reason we put vitamins and minerals and trace minerals into animal feeds is because we don't have insurance for them. We don't have Blue Cross Blue Shield, major medical hospitalization. We don't have Medicare, Medicaid, or a Hillary to watch out for them. And as a result, if we were to use a human healthcare type of system for livestock, it'd be a real sticker shock for most people. Because of the veterinary care, the hamburger would cost $275 a pound, and boneless, skinless chicken breast would be $450 a pound. The National Institutes of Health had given him $7.5 million to study pollution in the mid-'60s. This is when we first recognized that there was pollution in our air and water and our food, and nobody quite knew what that meant over a long period of time. I had to do autopsies of animals that died of natural causes in the big zoos around the United States. And I was to look for a species of animals that was ultra-sensitive to pollution. And we were going to use that species of animals much like the old coal miners used to use a canary. You know, they take the canary down the mine, and the canary would act as an early warning system if methane gas or carbon monoxide would leak out into the mine. We're going to take these animals and put them in little strategic spots all around the world and pay attention to them. If they started dying, we knew we were in danger. We'll make a long story short, after some 12 years working at the St. Louis Zoo and the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago, the Bronx Zoo in New York, the National Zoo in D.C., the L.A. Zoo, and many other big ones throughout the United States, I've done some 17,500 autopsies on over 454 species of animals, plus 3,000 human beings who lived in close proximity to the zoos for a comparison. What I learned was pretty frightening. Every one of those animals and every one of the people who died of natural causes died of a nutritional deficiency disease. And I couldn't get anybody excited about those findings because we had just put men on the moon. We had a high-tech Cold War going on with the Soviets, and so talking about nutritional deficiency diseases 30, 35 years ago in America was pretty low on everybody's totem pole. But I knew it was important, so I got frustrated enough. I went back to school for 4 years up in Portland, Oregon, became a physician, and I practiced for 12 years in a general family practice. A human being has the genetic capacity, the capability of living healthily to be 120 to 140, and I'm going to prove that to you in a second. When the World Health Organization kind of looked at the top 32 industrialized nations on Earth and said, how long do these people live? Who lives the longest? We ranked 17th in longevity. There's actually 16 other countries with people who live longer than we did. These are industrialized nations now. We ranked 19th in healthfulness. It means there was 18 other countries whose peoples live longer than we do before they develop diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, osteoporosis, and so forth. We ranked 23rd in live births and first-year survivability of our... Now, just very briefly, these cultures the mountain tribes of Tibetans. These people made famous in 1933 at the death of a fellow by the name of Wu Li. And he was born in 1677. And if you're quick with numbers, you'll notice that he died at age 256. And when he was 106, the Chinese imperial government began publishing his birth dates, birthday parties, every year for 150 years. And when he died, his obituary was in every newspaper in the world because he'd been tracked for many, many years, and everybody knew him. And a year after he died, a Pulitzer Prize-winning book was published, for which his life was the inspiration for this book. It was called Lost Horizon. And many people recall that story in that book. It talked about the Valley of Shangri-La, where people could live to be over 200. Eastern Pakistan, the Hunzas are legendary for living healthily to be over 120. And then during the 1970s, Dannon Yogurt made the Russian Georgians famous. Some of you remember that ad. Prior to this ad, nobody could spell yogurt in America. And afterwards, of course, everybody wanted it. This was where a 140-year-old guy from Russian Georgia wore all the medals, held up a big saber in one hand and had a cup of Dannon Yogurt in the other hand, smiled a lot and waved it around. You're supposed to believe that it was Dannon Yogurt that made him live to be 140. It's a very impressive ad because he had his son standing next to him who was 120, and his grandson who was 100, and his great-grandson who was 80, and so forth. So it was a very believable ad. Then after the breakup of the Soviet Union a few years ago, we began learning about other cultures in that same mountain range, the Caucasus Mountains, the Azerbaijanis, Abkhazians, Turkestanis, and the Russians studied all of these people for some 70 years and literally wrote thousands of scientific papers on their physical exams and their diets and blood tests and hair analysis, trying to figure out what it was that made these people special, because they were different races, different religions, but they had the common denominator of health and longevity.
From the Suno V5.5. This is our best sounding model, but more importantly, it is our most personalized model. We built V5.5 around the idea that the music that you create should carry something of you, your voice, your sound, your taste. Because V5.5 captures so much musical nuance and timbre, it unlocks 3 brand new experiences for the most expressive Suno experience to date. Custom models, my taste, and the one that I'm most excited to talk about, and you've been asking for forever, voices. That's right, you can finally make music with your own voice on Suno. Voices let you capture your own voice and use it to sing in your Suno creations. If you're a singer, you can use your voice in your music wherever you are. No need for a recording setup or a mic or a quiet space to get a demo down. And if you don't sing, you can finally experience what it's like to use your voice in your music for the very first time. It unlocks completely new creative experiences. Let me show you how to set it up. You can upload a clean acapella if you have one, select your track from your library, or record right here in the app. You can even upload a song that has music in the background, and Suno will run a stem split and isolate the vocals for you, but you're going to need between 30 seconds and 4 minutes of audio for this to work. For this demo, I'm going to use this large condenser mic to capture my voice. A good microphone does help, but your built-in mic on your devices should work just fine. Just make sure that you're in a quiet environment where you don't have any people talking in the background or traffic or something like that. To get started, I'm going to sing a song that I made on Suno just because it has a really wide vocal range that is perfect for this. You don't shout when the world gets heavy. You just stay when others walk away.
You know, in America, they make it seem like you're lucky if you hit 85, 90, you know, but all these other regions probably drinking that fresh spring water. They have no type of frequencies hitting their food. It's all natural and organic. I could see it, man. Our dragon's 100% real. Living in New York, let's see what's going on here.
This is called a Draco Rexes. You look at the Children's Museum today, and the Children's Museum, they have a Draco Rexes. They take the wings off, so you think it's just a dinosaur. But you put the wings back on these dinosaurs like a T-Rex, and you have these Draco Rexes. These are species of great dragon. Before leaving on our expedition to see the Canadian dragon in the wild, Sierra and I made a stop to see the country's most famous dragon in captivity. C is Fort Tryon Park Zoo. Fort Tryon Park Zoo. So there's a place called Fort Tryon Park Zoo in Upper Manhattan is home to feeders a 140-year-old Acadian green dragon. This is called a Draco Rexus. If you look at the children's museum, talking about dragons. Let's go. 1857, Barnum acquired 4 Acadian green dragon hatchlings, which he placed in his American Museum in New York. When the museum burned down in 1865, 2 of the small dragons were 2 whales burned alive.
I literally just did.
Dragons were taken on tour with Barnum for over a decade on P.T. Barnum's Grand Traveling Museum in Menagerie. So his freak show, his Grand Traveling Freak Show, they took the other 2 dragons. In 1888, Barnum donated one of the dragons to the London Zoo. It's a claim play. And when you find evidence of this, you're fact checking, right? Barnum donated one of the dragons to the London Zoo, but he quickly got sicker in 1889. The last dragon, the last dragon was donated to the New York Zoo in 1891 upon Barnum's and named Phineas in honor of his benefactor, talking about dragons. Let's go. 1857, Barnum acquired.
I need more information on this dragon. Are these the last little dragon hatchlings that they had?
This is a giant doorway in Kazakhstan. At least that's what I thought when I first looked at it. But if you look at this closely, this looks like someone's hand grabbing or holding on to something. This kind of looks like a petrified dragon's hand. Because when I first made this video, people were saying, oh, wait, no, that's a dragon. That's a dragon. It looks like it could be a doorway, but look at the webbing of the thumb right there. Look at the index finger right here. The middle finger here. This is a hand.
Oku is now enrolling for the 26-27 school year. It has been my home away from home and has given so much to me over the years. I feel lucky to have been a part of this community for so many years, so I'd love to share that with you.
Elk has prepared me with a variety of opportunities, including social skills, teamwork, and leadership. Elk is helping to shape future generations to be the best we can be, and students learn and are prepared for the future.
Dragons used to be widely accepted and known creatures, not mythical. This is the 1946 dictionary definition of dragon. It says, now rare, a huge serpent, a fabulous animal, generally a monstrous winged scaly serpent, lizard, or Surian, a fierce or very strict person, especially a woman. That's a little crazy. But now rare, which means they used to be all over the place. Small arboreal lizards of the East Indies and Southern Asia. They're literally telling us what they were looking for. Alexander the Great, his soldiers encountered a dragon in 330 BC while they were in India. Okay, and they came across a hissing dragon in a cave. And it was estimated that the dragon was about 100 feet long. So, dragons were all over India. Hold on. Apollonius of Tyana, a Greek philosopher, documented the dragons that he saw when he was traveling through India. Dragons of enormous size and variety in feats human in India included Apollonius of Tyana, who traveled through the southern foothills of the Himalayas in the 1st century. The continent was full of them, and no mountain ridge was without one. Dragons seem to be real. The Bible mentions dragons over 30 times. Check it out, Isaiah 27:1. Leviathan, the fearsome serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Thou breaketh the heads of the dragons in the waters. All kinds of verses on dragons. But no verses on dinosaurs. Perhaps dinosaurs are dragons. There's also a 3rd century story of this dude named St. George who slayed a dragon. But a lot of those legend stories are rooted in truth. And even the Chinese culture incorporate dragons in their calendar and in their history. Dragons seem to be all over the place. I don't think it's fake. I think dragons are real, and the mainstream doesn't want us to think that. For various reasons, who knows why, dinosaurs are fake. But it looks like dragons are real. And if that is not a hand, I don't know what is. There's a lot of history.
All right, chat. This is what I've been waiting on. This is the most important thing to me, which is the patch notes. Let's see what the heck we get out of this. Let's hope it's good. Let's say it before we go in. Is this going to be good or bad or okay? Good, bad, or okay? What are we thinking before we get into it? Good, bad, or okay? Okay, bad. Please don't nerf the thing. What the what? That's a crazy ass, brother. That dang, y'all are excited. Okay, let's go. All right, hi YouTube. How y'all doing? Love you. We love you. Yeah, dude. All right, let's jump into it. Let's see what we got. We're gonna try to knock this out. I'll go into this and give like a good enough breakdown. Let's lock this. Vanguards. All right, we got Devil Dino. Let's see what we got. Devil Dino. Devil Dino. Okay, so I got feedback from the Rivals team about Devil Dino. Okay, so if you guys are watching the video, more than likely you'll see Future Rio, aka me, popping up with feedback that I got from the Rivals team about certain things that they felt like was important or that they gave me feedback on. I didn't get too much of their time. But the main thing is Devil Dino. They felt like Devil Dino was nerfed way too severely after they nerfed him. I said that. People called me crazy. I wasn't saying he wasn't really strong. I'm saying the nerf didn't compensate. And they said that they agreed. They said that they did not compensate for his nerf, and they felt like he was severely over nerfed. And they seen how he wasn't playing him. He dropped off severely, and that's not what they wanted. So they want him to be closer to the meta, and they had to buff him up, and they're going to monitor to see if he needs more buffs or a slight tweak of a nerf, but compensation is something that they're looking at. And I've been saying it, bruh. Compensation is the main thing you need in this game, people. You can't just butcher a character. You can't just cut a character and then they're not playable no more. You need to compensate because everybody wants to play these characters. You just gotta not make them overtuned. I love that. So they feel like Devil Dino is somebody important going forward, especially on how he's going to be needed for other tanks in the future, which was interesting. I was like, okay, who's gonna be the other tanks in the future? Drop some more. Prehistoric Pal, let me see. Increase in maximum health, percentage damage dealt by the first 4 attacks of Frenzied Feast from 5 to 8, and the 5th attack from 10 to 12. Major, hello! When we said, listen to me, when we said that Dino was nerfed too hard, most of the people who didn't like tanks, they said, no, he wasn't, he's fine. And then on every tier list, you had all of these bum content creators that was like, how you go from S tier to from best in class S tier to C, he's trash. I wonder why he's trash. I wonder why. Niggas be forgetting what they asked for. Niggas be like, how do you drop that low? I wonder how he dropped that low. I wonder. Right? So look, this is a huge buff right here. And anytime he gets a percentage damage dealt, that adds to his survivability, that adds to everything else going on. So this is major, so let's go ahead and see what the next one is. When selecting the team up with Jeff the Land Shark, increase Surf and Turf maximum duration from 4 seconds to 5 seconds, and healing effect on allies from 40 to 60. Oh, snap. Okay. They're trying to give a variety in playstyles of what you're using. Okay. They're trying to give a variety. I mean, most of us are going to play the Punisher damage anyway. You know what I'm saying? The Punisher team up, it's just way too cool. It's like Dino Riders. Like, at the end of the day, you're not beating that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You're not beating that. Yo, bro. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Doctor Strange. Oh, God, I see Magneto's name. Please be gentle. I just watched X-Men 97 on Patreon. Please be gentle. Please be gentle. What they're doing to Mag, I can't handle much. Doomsday's coming out. I can't handle much. Please be gentle with my spirit. Oh, gosh. All right, so Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, increased daggers, single hit damage from 16 to 18 projectile charges. Oh, Strange got a buff. Okay, nice. When selecting the team up with Hulk, reduce gamma maelstrom cooldown from 8 to... Strange got a nice buff. Net positive. Okay, this is major. Look, Strange got a net positive. Dino got a net positive. A net positive means that there's no nerfs, no nothing to go along with it. They came out on top in the end. Okay? Also, when I'm going over this patch notes, do you guys want me to go over in detail and kind of break things down or kind of rush through it? Which one? In detail or kind of rush through it? If y'all got somewhere to be, let me know. Let me know which one y'all want.
Peter Van here. You know, I thought growing up would be the worst, but then I found a way to hack adulthood. It's called AAA. With AAA, I'm covered from roadside to poolside. And insurance member perks that make adulting a breeze. With AAA, it pays to be a member.
Detail? Okay. Breakdown? Detail? Okay. All right, I got you guys then. But I didn't want to make it too long for you guys for no reason. I got y'all. All right, so Strange and Dino, net positive. This is a really good net positive. There's no nerfs or anything for compensation. There's no compensation here. So that is tanks being 2-0 right now on tanks. Tanks are 2-0. This is good. There we go. Master of Magnetism. Okay. When selecting the team up, oh god, with Scarlet Witch, be gentle. Enhance effect. The Metallic Chaos projectile. It's now at a minor launch. Nigga, what? Oh my god! What? What in the world? What? Oh my nigga, what? What? Wait, let's go over that again. Hold on. When selecting the team up with Scarlet Witch, enhanced effect. Okay, this is with Scarlet Witch team up. The Metallic Chaos projectile hit now adds a minor launch up effect on enemies. They said, don't be afraid to have Scarlet on your team. Okay, because here's the thing. We did not like when Scarlet Witch was on our team. Every mag player will tell you this. When they changed it to the Kamehameha change for my push, we didn't really care about it because we wanted that quick hit for the burst. Now, they gave the charge Kamehameha that he does, they gave that knockback now, and they buffed the team up in overall. So, having the team up with Mag is actually pretty strong right now. It's pretty strong because now the charge of Kamehameha has knockback, and it does more damage, burst damage, and now you get a knock up on the Metallic. Oh, that's crazy. Tanks are up 3-0. This is... Listen, we need to appreciate this for as long as we have it because you know the community is about to complain. Hello. Listen, enjoy this large game because you know they about to wild out. All right, so look, we got Penny Parker. Where the Penny players at? Listen, oh, Penny got a lot of notes. Oh, I feel old Rogue is on here. All right, Future Rio here. So for the Penny segment, Penny getting nerfed. The feedback that I got from the Rivals team was it was critical for them because they felt like Penny was too oppressive, especially for a character like the Hood whenever he's going to be phasing back there or what they want. Penny's webs were too consistent and it came back too fast. So they felt like Penny needed a change, especially for her to be so strong in the meta. So my feedback for this was, if you think Penny is strong, and if you think her webs is strong, instead of like, if it's 2 or 3 seconds, why not make it 5 seconds? Why not up the time on it rather than making it a 2-step program? And they said they feel like the 2-step program of what they did to Penny's webs is going to make the Penny players see her differently and basically adjust to becoming even better in the meta, and it's going to separate players from other players to where other Pennies are going to get to shine. Super interesting because the thing is still running around with one button. Y'all know I love tanks. I just got to say it, though. You know what I mean? We picking and choosing on some BS because I know I will not hear BS. But that's their main thing. So Penny is a 2-step program now. So it's super interesting on what they're doing to Penny and how they're going about Penny, because I definitely think the only thing that it needed was to up the timer on it. You know what I'm saying? So, what can we do? All right, so let me see. SP, Dr. Core's plating gets a minor adjustment. The team ups. All right, let's see what we got. Penny recalibrates her web shooters for a fair fight. Sounds like a nerf somewhere. Let's lock in. Yeah, no. We are slightly weakening Penny's control and survivability. Mobilize effect applied by her cyber web snare to frequently and oppressive, leading to a poor counter experience for her enemies. Oh God, we're at a certain point in our lives where Penny is a serious problem. God, we've decided to increase the cost of applying this effect. This control, but in return, we will also increase the freedom of her secondary fire. Okay, so the dev note is cool because this is what I ask for every character. If you're going to apply a nerf, give it at least to where you compensate for something else. Okay, so this automatically comes with compensation. Let's see if the compensation justifies the nerf. All right, let's see what we get. Remove the direct immobilize effect upon hitting enemies with cyber web snare. Dang. New effect now applies a stack of web tracer and a 30% slow effect for 1 second. So, wait. So you lose the wrap up? New effect now applies a stack of web tracer and a 30% slow effect for 1 second. The web tracer lasts for 5 seconds. If an enemy with a web tracer is hit by the snare again, they will be oh. So, okay. All right. So, what they did with the move is that they made it to where the original way of the move was to web you, lock you up, right? That was the original way. I'm going to make it simple. She used to web you and wrap you up, okay? Now they made it to where it has a two-part to it, right? It has a two-part build-up. So now the new effect, it's a stack of web tracers, but you get the new effect, which is going to apply a 30% slow. So basically you would look at it to say, when you hit them one time, you get the 30% slow for 1 second, but you also have the secondary effect to it, which is the tracer. But the tracer really applies, it stays for 5 seconds. And if you hit them with another web, if the enemy is hit with web tracer by a snare again while they have a web trace on them, if they hit with a snare again, then they become immobilized for 0.7 seconds. Okay, so they're saying work a little bit harder to get the same thing with a little bit of slow to it. Okay. All right, fine. Adjust cyber web snare to be a charge-based ability with a maximum of 2 charges. Okay. Charge-based ability.
It's 2 for $25. Get 1 full-size appetizer and 2 entrees, like our new bacon cheeseburger wonton tacos appetizer. Seasoned beef, melty cheese, and bacon all wrapped in a wonton shell. Only at Applebee's.
Is Storm ever going to have a charge-based ability? You know the lightning strike? Why is that not 2 charges? This is not about Storm. This is about Penny. Let's continue. Reduce the bonus health cap provided to Penny by cyber webs from... Oh, snap. Okay. Okay. I didn't know it was still going. All right. Now, let's have a talk real quick. Does this really break Penny? No, she's still fine. She's still going to be good. They're just trying to make her more containable. They're trying to make it to where, which is, okay, when I say this, please just humor me for a second, right? They're trying to make it to where she's just not so brain dead easy. I know, because the thing is running rampant. I know, but they're trying to make it to where you're doing more with the character. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think a little bit more. They're trying to do that. But yeah, that's, you get this automatically. I don't think this is bad because they compensate. As long as you compensate, I'm happy about that. Okay, Rogue. Increase the damage reduction multiplier while in defensive stance from 55 to 60. W. Increase the regenerative shield capacity from 250 to 275. She needed it. She needed it. She was getting burst out. Now, Rogue is annoying as heck when she's good, but I don't like seeing no character that feels like they're not even playable. You see what I'm saying? So this is good. It doesn't matter if you're a DPS. It doesn't matter if you're a healer. It doesn't matter if you're a tank. I like all characters to be playable because we're all on this game to play certain characters and try to have fun with these characters. You know what I'm saying? So very good to address her. Venom. Oh snap! Venom is top 5 demon. Hold on. All right. So for the Venom nerf, I asked about the Venom nerf and why their decision was to go for the swing. And they said that the Venom swing is something that they've been wanting to nerf for a very long time. He hasn't had too many nerfs. And they've seen him just continuously get stronger and stronger in the meta as the game has gone on, because players has figured out how to use Venom. And they said that 10 seconds is where they put the swing, but they initially had it to 14 of where they had it, because most Venom players are going to use the wall to go in anyway. 14 seconds was the initial thought. Nigga, timestamp this. The initial thought was 14, but they said that they feel like Venom is strong, and he's a character that they're still monitoring to see that if he's going to need more nerfs going into season 10. Nigga! Venom, okay, I don't care about it. Reduce the bonus health provided by a symbiote resilience from 120% of lost health to 110. Okay, a little slap on the wrist. Nerf for Venom is still good. Increase the Venom swing cooldown. Oh! Ah! Hold on. That's a ooh. Hello. Now let me tell you something. If the damage is going crazy, this is scary. You don't have 2 seconds of taking crazy damage and your swing isn't back. It's crazy. Like, that's a lot of damage you can take in 2 seconds. Dang, I didn't expect them to hit the swing. I did not expect them to hit the swing. That's okay. Punch. Hey. He said he's been cooking, man. They said, yo, we hitting the swing. It's I thought they would hit the team up. I didn't think they would hit the swing. I thought they would hit the team up. Okay, so that's it for tanks. So the only tanks that got hit negatively was Venom and Penny. Rogue got a plus. She's a net positive. Magneto's very surprising. The way I've been fighting for Magneto, I just didn't want him to get nerfed. I've been fighting for Mag because we solo tanked with him as much, and I've been fighting for him. I did not expect this. Let me tell you something. I did not expect that. I did not expect that right there. Holy gosh. Magneto net positive, Strange net positive, Devil Dino. So out of tanks, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 buffs, 2 nerfs. 4 buffs, 2 nerfs with Penny and Venom. Wow, okay. Very successful direction right there for the tank players. If you're a tank player, this is good for the tank players. Can I say something and be very fair to y'all, even though I'm a tank player? I speak for everybody. I think the thing should have got hit. It's gonna be honest. I gotta be honest. I'm a very fair person. I think the thing should have got hit. Like, I'm not, like, as a tank player, I'm fair enough to say that. You wilded? I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious. Like, that nigga is crazy. That, yeah. That nigga, let me tell you something. That nigga crazy as fudge, bro. That nigga thing, listen, I'm a fair nigga, bro. That nigga get away with some bullshit, my nigga. I'm not even gonna cap. But hey, keep eating. As long as y'all keep making it, keep eating. The good thing about Thing being strong right now, though, and I will say this, lock in with this real quick. The good thing about the Thing being strong is that Venom isn't really getting banned as much. People are more so going to ban Thing. You're not going to ban Rogue. Magneto's not going to get banned. Strange, Dino. So Thing is going to take the place of most tanks getting banned. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about Thing that makes him crazy, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Let me just say this because y'all know me. I speak up for tank players more than any other player in this game, more than any other YouTuber. I'm the tank guy that people comes to. But let me tell y'all something. Since pro players like using Thing in pro play, they don't give him the same treatment like they give Devil Dino, and that's what I tell you. The community is biased because the Thing is is just around the same brain dead level as Devil Dino, but pro players love him, so they don't talk about. We don't like Devil Dino. He's boring. But Thing is just the same. All he does is this.
I'll move and it's back to the start. But every win feels amazing. Play free on phone or computer, and prove you can adapt to anything. Play now on playgamma.com.
We're one online legal services provider, and over 4 million small businesses have trusted them to form their business. Start your LLC with LegalZoom today. It only takes a few minutes.
That's all that we can do. I just want to point that out. I just want to point out the biasness in the community at times. Just want to point that out. But let's keep it going. All right, now we're on Duelist Black Panther. Oh, I didn't expect to see. All right, we got BP. When selecting the team up with Storm, reduce the area damage to enemies from 40 to 30 and increase the cooldown. This is an overall nerf. Ah! That's just an overall nerf. What the fuck? That's it. Oh, I see what you said. AZ, you said Bucky's safe because you see you went from B to C. I see you know your ABCs, but it went from B to C. You said Bucky's safe. All right, let's see what they did to Cyclops. So BP got a nerf. All right, so for Cyclops, we got increased cooldown reduction provided to ricochet force per optic blast from. Oh, okay. That's a nerf. All right. All right. All right. All right. When selecting to team up with Gambit, increase the concussive beam attack frequency boost from 10%. Oh, he's compensating. He's compensating. He's compensating. He's compensating. They said stop getting that super easy stuff too quickly, and hey, we'll hit you up here. Okay? You feel me? He's compensating. Nice one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wait, it's a double buff. Where? Increased cooldown reduction. Why did my brain say increased cooldown provided to ricochet? Oh, this nigga's up. This nigga's up. This nigga's up. My brain did not process the word reduction. Oh, fudge. This nigga's up. What is Cyclops on most tier list? Was he at C? B? What did people drop him at? He wasn't that high. He was high B? Okay. Okay. Top of B? Okay. So he's up more now. I mean, Cyclops is a super popular character. They don't want him to be too low. Okay. All right. So Cyclops is net positive. BP got a nerf. Cyclops got a buff. All right. So Elsa. Oh God, Hella's on here. Crystal Mars. Let me see. When selecting the team up with Devil Dino, reduce the health of an activated Smoky Snare Trap from 100 to 50, and its control duration for. Oh, it's a nerf. It's a nerf. All right. Cyclops is the only DPS right now with a buff. Elsa, now, okay, let's be realistic, right? I'm not one of those people, so let's be realistic here. This isn't anything, okay? Well, I know it's a nerf, but this is just them saying, look, her name is there. This isn't nothing. The character's extremely powerful right now. Nigga, at the end of the day, she don't even care about this. For the other stuff she's doing, this is not even on her agenda. She just throw it out there to throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? She just throw it out there to throw it out there. This did nothing, bro. Like, she is a demon right now. You know what I'm saying? This just throwing this out there is just like, oh, I forgot. Oh, I caught him in a trap. I forgot he was even there sometimes. Right? But she is ridiculously strong. This did nothing to the character. Players won't even notice the difference. All right? So Hela is here. The Goddess of Death, let me see. When selecting a team up with Namor, reduce the undead squids hit damage from. Okay, that's a nerf to Hela. Hela got a nerf. Okay. Do y'all hate that move? It's not really a big nerf. It's just they're trying to find a good happy medium of where they want the characters to be. That's why whenever you see rivals devs nerf within this ratio right here, right, of 5 between 5, it's because they're trying to figure out where they want the damage to be. You feel me? They're trying to figure out where they want the damage to be without overdoing it. Moon Knight. The Grace, let's see. Just Crescent, Dart, and Moonblade bounce damage decay from 30% to 20% per bounce. Okay. When selecting the team up with Cloak and Dagger, reduce Luminous Moon cooldown. Okay, from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Base effect, increase dash duration from 0.3 seconds to 0.35 seconds, and dash distance from 12 meters to 15 meters. Enhance effect. Moon Knight gains a 3-second